Alright, let's talk about it. YouTube and all of the changes that apparently are going to be happening at the beginning of next year. So if you guys don't know, I'm sure a lot of you have heard, but any kind of kid channels are going to be having new guidelines and restrictions and such. I don't know all of the details, but I did see a notification on my YouTube on Friday about this, and I've had a few people come forward and ask me what I'm going to do or let me know that it was happening because they didn't know if I was aware. I didn't really want to make this video because I was thinking over what I would be doing in the future and such, but since I know I'm probably going to get a lot more questions and concern from people, let's talk about it. So basically, from my understanding, that at the beginning of the new year, if you have any kind of content that could possibly interest kids, if it's about toys or games, or if you're talking about characters or movies or things that kids like, YouTube will be treating it as kid-friendly content. They will be disabling all of the comments, restricting ads, all sorts of things that have to do with like how people make money. Basically, they're going to be chaperoning what you do to the umpteenth degree because they want to protect kids. My channel's never been geared towards kids. I completely have always understood and respected the fact that there are younger kids who watch my videos, because when you talk about toys, that's expected. But I would think it's pretty clear in the kind of content that I make that this is geared more towards like teenagers and adult collectors, because I have a lot of like advanced restoration techniques. I share kind of more personal things that I weave into dolls. Like we talk sometimes about mental health or things and struggles you have in life. Like I'm pretty open about certain things on this channel because I'm hoping to connect with people and make them feel less alone, and that was always my goal, was not just to talk about toys but to talk about something deeper, but use what I'm good at and what I feel most confident about, i.e. dolls, and use that as the tool to make that happen. But if people can't interact with me anymore, if YouTube is taking that away from me, I don't know what the point is of continuing, because for me, this has never been about money, this has never been about views, this has never been about getting attention, this has never been about personal validation and getting like compliments. I'm a pretty private person. I don't like attention. I did dolls for years before I had any kind of online accounts, and well after I stopped doing social media, I would still be doing dolls in the same way, just not filming it or documenting it. So for me, it was really just to help people. And it might sound corny and maybe people don't believe me, but I always felt like I had something to share and something to offer. But because I have trouble connecting with people in real life, and a lot of times, even if you know people in real life and have a lot of friends, they're not always interested in talking about certain things, or they can't relate to you about certain things. I thought that YouTube would be a great platform, because I think, especially when you're talking about a niche community like dolls, we've all at some point been judged for it. We all kind of feel like outsiders in that sense, because when you're an adult and you like dolls, you get a lot of judgment, or you just don't have like people in your life who share that same enthusiasm. So that was my purpose, and for me, my channel's never done like amazing view-wise. I don't have 1 million subscribers. I don't monetize my videos because I never wanted to mix money into it. And for me, it was honestly just knowing that I helped people. All those times someone emailed me or commented, let me and Colleen know that our videos made their day, that they made them laugh, that a technique I shared on my channel saved someone else's dolls, or that when we sat down and had like a dolly talk, as people call it, that something we said in that video could be inspiring and motivating. Like, that's why I did it. And I don't know, I guess I don't know what purpose it would be to not have that kind of feedback anymore. I'm not saying that people wouldn't still watch my videos and maybe feel those things, but there's so much work that goes into doing YouTube and just social media stuff in general, and then when you can't even really see the reward of like what you're working towards, it makes it feel like you're doing it all in vain. It makes it feel futile. And I think too also when comments are disabled, that really affects how your videos get recommended. And as it is, like I have looked at my stats. I try not to because it's a sad place to look at my stats, but when I look at them, it'll say that like of my almost 10,000 subscribers that only 80 people got notified that I uploaded a video. I mean, that's staggering when like you think of all the people that are subscribed to you and then how few people are actually getting notified that you uploaded a video. So when you take away the engagement, which comments are a huge part of engagement, that goes away. Like they're not gonna recommend your video as much, and eventually channels that disable comments kind of die out because people don't really want to watch videos that they can't interact with. I mean, there are plenty of silent viewers, like I'm a silent viewer on YouTube, but I think for the majority of people, they like to interact. It's social media for a reason. That's why YouTube became more popular than cable TV, and YouTube is trying to be the next cable TV. They are like dissolving themselves here, and they don't even realize it. And there's nothing that I can really do. They don't care about my opinion. I don't have a lot of subscribers and I don't make YouTube any money, so my hands are tied in all of this. I don't know for sure what I'm going to do, and I don't want to make anything sound permanent or like I've definitely made up my mind, but I think it's probably pretty likely that when that happens, I will stop uploading. I will keep my existing videos up more than likely because I worked hard on them and I know people like to watch them, and I put a lot of love and blood and sweat and tears into those videos. And you know, there are things like in Dolly Diaries, little things that Colleen and I like to go back and rewatch. So that, I'm assuming my channel will basically stay up, but I just won't be making new content is where I'm leaning towards now, because it's also frustrating when you like make a tutorial and people can't even ask you questions. Like, you know, how do you do this, or what if this happens? That's also a huge thing. Like, I always answer people's questions. If you guys have watched my channel and looked at the comments, I respond to every single person. Unless there's some glitch where I can't reply, like I keep trying to reply and it won't let me, I reply to every person. That has always been my main goal, and I'm not like perfect, but I've always made that effort because I care and because I want people to know that I appreciate it, whether they leave an emoji or they just have something quick and nice to say, or they leave me a really nice lengthy comment, they just want to say hi. Like, I appreciate it all, and that's why I've done this for 3 years, and I don't know what to do if that's taken away from me. I know I've heard that some people who do doll content are not going to be doing it anymore and they're going to be doing other things, but I don't really want to make videos about other things. Like, I don't have any interest in making videos about other things. Dolls take up most of my free time, and that's what makes it fun to share. I mean, I don't really have anything interesting to share besides that. I'm not gonna like vlog my life, or, you know, I've always kind of kept a line between what I share online and my personal life, because, you know, you have to be careful about like what you share and things like that. Obviously, I'm a pretty private person, so I don't want to do YouTube just for the sake of doing YouTube. I wanted to talk about dolls, and I wanted to weave them in with a deeper message, and I can't do that anymore, apparently. That's not okay by YouTube standards. You guys aren't going to be allowed to talk to me anymore. So I just wanted to put it out there that that is a possibility, but I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to know what you guys think. I mean, if I kept uploading, would you still watch? Would you get bored if you couldn't comment? I don't know. But either way, we're going to make the most of these next few months that I have plenty of videos that I've been working on that are scheduled to upload, and lots of ideas for things that I want to do, and I'll try to get as much of it crammed in to the next few months as possible. As far as like my Flickr, that's not going anywhere. Like, I won't disappear off the face of the earth. Unfortunately, most people don't really use Flickr or like Flickr, but if you want to use my like doll guide, or you want to see like hauls and things, like I always post that stuff to Flickr too. Also, if you have an account and you want to talk to me, my email will still be up because that's my doll email. People message me on there all the time. So I'm not going to disappear, but I don't know what the state of YouTube is going to be. So yeah, I got this news on Friday, and honestly it kind of wasn't my main priority. It did kind of stress me out when I heard that, but I thought I would also add, because I was going to make a community post about this, but since we're sitting here. On Friday, our chinchilla Charlie passed away, which will sound really sudden to you guys, but he's been dealing with some medical and dental problems since the spring, and actually probably before then, but if you know anything about small animals, you know they hide their problems really well, and we were treating his issues, and he had a special diet, and he had improved a lot. He had put on weight, and he was so happy, and then he just took a turn for the worst, and he passed away. I'm glad he's not suffering anymore. It was awful to see him suffer, but he is no longer. So we lost 2 pets this year, well, in a year's time. Nevaeh in December and Charlie on September 6th. And I thought I would mention it. I'm going to keep uploading videos and stuff because I already had things uploaded, ready to upload, and also because he's been sick for a while, Colin and I kind of didn't fully grieve, but we had time to kind of accept it and deal with it to some extent. It wasn't like what happened with Nevaeh, where it kind of came out of nowhere and I needed space from the internet. But yeah, I just thought you guys should know, because I know a lot of you guys are familiar with our pets and our little family here. And Clyde is okay, our other chinchilla. He is a little bored, but we've been giving him a lot of attention and toys, and we're in the works of maybe trying to get him a new friend. It's difficult with chinchillas and bonding them and stuff, but yeah, so 2 bits of bad news. But life goes on. Sometimes it forces you to change, and maybe there's some good that will come out of this, maybe not, but we'll see. So yeah. Stay tuned for a happier video next time, and until then, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.